no introduction, nothing. You, multiple of you, who just skip through the video and just go straight to the props and don't watch the full video, don't listen to what I have to say, and I've said it multiple times in the video. Let me get it out the way now while I have your attention. The player props are for apps, fantasy apps like PrizePicks, Underdog, Parlay Play, stuff like that. They are not meant for sports books because a lot of the times they are heavily juiced and you don't get good odds. You find good odds on plays and apps like this, like fantasy apps. So want to get that out the way before people always ask, why are the odds so high? Why are the odds so high? I've said it multiple times. Player props are for fantasy apps. Money lines are specifically for sports books. Want to get that out the way. Hello everybody, it's Maikito. I hope everybody's having a good day, has had a good day so far. Just wanted to get that out the way before I went into the video, because if I say that in the middle, they're not going to listen. Those that do listen, you guys already know the drill. So sorry to have to explain it all over again, but just wanted to say that. There's a pretty small slate when it comes to tomorrow's slate, Friday slate, not the mini games. And when there's not a big slate, I still go through, try to find some picks that I like. And if I have enough, I'll make a video, hence why I have this video. Robe is out for a reason. We had a great day, at least player prop wise. I'll go over that at the end of the video. If I do have any added plays, it will be in the pinned comment, either later tonight or tomorrow. I know I haven't had any, I believe, in the last 2, maybe 3 videos, but I've just been very busy with work, and obviously I just can't get my head out of the game when it comes to that. I gotta prioritize certain things before I can do this for you guys. But I'll just get straight into the picks. And the first one is Noah Atubolu to go higher than 2.5 saves, playing at home for Freiburg, going up against Werder Bremen. Just stat wise, matchup wise, it's not great, but honestly, this is just a good call that I really like, and I wouldn't put this in the video if I didn't like it. First of all, he has gone over in his last 7 out of 10 games, and the reason why I say just not matchup wise, I'll explain that here in a second. But Freiburg allow a decent amount of shots at 13.1, and Bremen take 11.8 shots, with 4 of those being on target. So so as long as they take their average, which is slightly below what Freiburg allow, they'll take those 4 on target. We need him to save 3 out of 4, and he's a keeper that has saved 68.8% of the shots on target he has faced, which is pretty good. And the average is 3.34 saves, which is good for us. And he went over in the first game with 4. And Bremen's shots don't change like most teams, where they take a lot less shots when they play away compared to the way they play at home. It stays the same. They actually shoot a little less away, but the shots on target are higher, which is really what we need. And the reason why I say it's not great matchup-wise, because Bremen actually allow the least saves to opponents at 2.4, and it's because they're a pretty clinical team, converting 41% of the shots on target that they have faced. But like I said, it's a good call, mainly because 1, he's already gone over in the first game, and 2, Freiburg have actually kept a clean sheet in the last 3 straight, because he himself is in good form as well, and they kept a clean sheet in that first game, hence why he got those 4 saves. The 4 shots on target that Bremen average is the ones they took in that first game, and he saved all 4, and it's just in good form. Again, it's just a good call, and I like this play. So like Noah Atubolu to go higher than 2.5 saves. And then the second play that I found that I like so far is Adrien Truffert to go higher than 0.5 shots, playing at home for Rennes, going up against Reims. He averages 0.97 shots per 90, so pretty much 1 per game, and he's gone over in his last 7 out of 10 games. And he's a player that plays full minutes. He's a left back that moves up when they attack. But Rennes have actually, I believe, since a little before the year started, they have changed from a 4-back to a 3-back. So he's been able to move up from a left back to a left wing back / left mid role. So he can play. He has been playing even more higher than what he usually did in the beginning of the season. And even when they were playing in that 4-back and he wasn't as attacking as he is now, he still went over in the first game. Again, 1, when they were playing a 4-back, which is worse than what he's doing now. And I mentioned he plays full minutes. In that game, he didn't. He played only 64 minutes out of the 90 because he got a yellow card. And he was away from home. But now he's at home playing in a 3-back, and I don't see him getting subbed out early. So it's just good matchup in general. Rams allowed 13.2 shots and are in bad form in the league. They're winless in their last 10 straight games, and the only game that they've won recently in general is a cup game against a much weaker opposition. Both teams are pretty close to the relegation zone. They're close by like 2 to 3 points, so both teams are gonna play hard. And just him as a player, he's a long shot taker. He's taking 9 from inside, 9 from outside, and he's also pretty versatile, taking 13 with his left, 5 with his right. He's going to have plenty of opportunities. We just need him to take one, and I like this line at home. I like Adrien Truffert to go higher than 0.5 shots. Before I get into the money lines, as always, if you guys please could like the video, comment as well, whether it's showing your support, asking questions. I read all the comments. Same thing, if you want to subscribe, it really much would help, and turn on notifications so you're notified when these videos are out. And if you want to support the channel just a little more, I do have the memberships available in the description. Again, for us that want to support the channel and get the plays out earlier, I don't hide any picks. I don't have any extra picks, no form of premium. I just really don't believe in that sort of stuff. I think everything should be free. I believe you can find all this stuff on your own online. I'm just a player, a guy that does it for you guys. As you can see, I just like to do it for fun, so it's just a good way to support if you want to do that. And then all my links for everything, data app, money lines, player props, are all linked in the description. So I really want to thank anybody who supports me in any way. Money lines in general, honestly, just haven't been that great, and I'm thinking maybe I'm just overdoing it by taking these two heavily juiced plays and having to rely on more than one team. Most of the times it goes 1 for 2 and one of the teams lets us down. So for this one, I just found one play, pretty decent juice that I liked, and for this play I have higher than 1.5. Brentford goals playing away from home, going up against Leicester City. You can currently get this on Fliff for -145. In recent games, they might not look great because they've only gone over in their last 3 out of 10 games. But look at the games they've been playing. They've been playing against really tough defenses. Tottenham, Liverpool, Arsenal, Brighton, Nottingham Forest, Chelsea. They've been playing a lot of tough oppositions. And even in the only good matchup that they had in these last 10 games where they didn't go over was against West Ham. But even then, first of all, they scored 1. And the only reason why they didn't score a second is because it took 4 saves performance from the West Ham keeper, in which Brentford were projected to score 1.98 goals, which is pretty much 2, to not score their second. And when they played them in the first game at home, they scored 4 against them in that first game, and it's for a reason. We just need them to score 2. They do well when you play these weaker defenses. They went over this mark in both games against Southampton, both games against Palace, Ipswich Town, Wolves, teams that allow a lot of goals. Brentford do good against, at least scoring-wise. And Leicester in general allow a lot of shots, the third most at 16.7. And they scored 4 in that first game with only 13 shots. They didn't even need the average of 16.7 to take those shots. And besides, Brentford, it's not like they're missing anybody, at least in the attack. They have a fully healthy attack, mainly Wisa and Mbembo. They're 2 best players. They have been playing great. They're a clinical team, and they play with a lot of through balls and a lot of long balls. And Leicester in general, first of all, can't defend, but they are especially weak at the through balls. And they themselves, Leicester, have conceded 2+ in the last 12 out of 13 games and 8 out of 9 in 2025. So they're not a good defensive team. Brentford are a good attacking team, just haven't been able to show it with these tough defensive teams. They did great against them in the first game. I expect them to do good in this next game as well. So like higher than 1.5 Brentford goals, going up against Leicester for -145. Thank you everybody for watching. Quickly going over last video's picks. I mentioned we did great on the player props. We went 2-0. Constatelias higher than 1.5 shots and Berg higher than 1.5 shots. Both of those hits. Berg was pretty sweat-free. Hit that in the first half. Constatelias, he had 0 in the first half. Then took 2 within like a minute in the second half. So he did great with that. Even I looked at the comments on the last video. People were already commenting after halftime talking about, oh, he's not going to hit this and that. You got to learn to be patient. These players play. They will warm up. You just got to give them some time. Obviously, they're not always going to hit, but you just got to be patient with these plays. Soccer's a 90-minute game, and anything can change really, really fast. And then I mentioned money lines haven't been that great, and the last video was a good example of it, just mainly because one of the 2 plays in the slip hit. Twente scored their goal pretty early on, and then Galatasaray, they were able to score the 2. I knew they were going to score, but they weren't able to defend against AZ and conceded 2 goals in that game in general. So honestly, it was just very frustrating. They really should have won that game, but we did great in player props. And again, hopefully we can break the money line curse and do great in the next video. Obviously, I don't blame anybody if they don't take it, just because you might want to wait for me to do good in a video or 2. It's completely up to you whether you take these plays or not. If I have any added plays, like I mentioned, they will be in the pinned comment. And I do have my Discord, not a premium, completely free, in the description if you want to join that. Just a good community I'm trying to build over there. But other than that, I hope everybody has a good night, a good day, and we can cash out tomorrow.